Hi everyone. This will be the third time I'm trying to make this video, because each of the previous two times, Titan decided he wanted to bark like a madman. This will be very quick. Rational exponents we can change into radical expressions. Now, we've done a little bit with rational exponents, at least with exponents in general. The rational part of that means it's going to be a fraction now. So this is really x to the 1/2 power. The 1/2 is the rational part of this exponent. Now, there's a relationship between these two things. We can turn x to the 1/2 power into the square root of x. And how can we do that? Well, we know that a square root has an index of 2, meaning how many numbers can I multiply together that are the same number to get to what's under the radical? Well, that's twice I can do this, right? So let me prove it. 25 to the 1/2 power is the same as me saying the square root of 25. Basically what this says is, if there are two numbers that I can multiply, the same number twice, in fact, that I can multiply to get to 25, I only want one of them, which is 5. So the answer to both of these things is 5. So when you're going to have your calculator on this, which you will, obviously, you see how I had already done 25 to the 1/2 power? The answer is 5. And we can get a little crazy with it if I raised it something to a 3rd power, meaning a cube root. So we know that 8 is a cube root. So let's say I raised 8 to the 1/3 power. It's going to give me 2, because the denominator is saying there's a number that I can multiply by itself 3 times to get to 8, which is 2. The 1 in the numerator means I only want it once. For example, let's say I wanted 8 to the 2/3 power. What do you think the answer is going to be? If I raise it to 8 to the 2/3 power, it's 4. Now think about this for a second. Again, there is one number that I can multiply times itself 3 times to get to 8. The numerator this time, though, means I want to multiply that number times itself, which is 4. And then obviously 8 to the 3/3 power would be 8, and so on and so forth. So there's a relationship, and let's talk about that relationship very quickly, because I wanted to do an under 3-minute video. X to the m over n power would be the same as me saying the nth root of x to the mth power. Or we can do the nth root of x to the m power. Both of these things mean the same thing. So basically, here's the rule. Whatever the denominator is of your rational exponent goes in the index, like a cube root, square root, 4th root, 5th root, 6th root, whatever. And the numerator is the exponent on the outside. So this is the relationship that I want you to worry about, and these are the things that I want you to talk about. Now, let's do one together. Let's say I wanted to do 64 to the 2/3 power. Now think about that for a second. There's a number that I can multiply 3 times to get to 64. I want that number times itself, because the 2 says that. So you can use a calculator for this kind of stuff. So 64, if I raise that to the 2/3 power, I get 16. Because the cube root of 64 is 4, right? So the cube root of 64 is 4. But I want it twice, meaning 4 times 4. So the 3rd root of 64 squared is 16. Okay, I'm over 3 minutes. Bye.